Welcome. I'm here today with Maureen Hilyard, ALAC Chair, Olivier Crepin-Leblond and Jonathan Zuck, co-chairs of the Consolidated Policy Working Group, to discuss the at-large review and policy changes and how both fit in with the upcoming third at-large summit referred to as Atlas III. So Maureen, this is a significant year for the at-large community. The activity of this year, including the at-large review implementation and Atlas III summit, will lay the foundation for the future of at-large. As ALAC Chair, could you describe your vision of collaboration across the RALOs and with the ALAC? How are leaders in the community engaging differently, and how this will come together at Atlas III?
Of course, this is a significant year, and the at-large review, which actually started in 2016, has been a catalyst in making some significant changes within the at-large community. And I think that there are probably two major changes, and one has been a change in the way in which the structure of the leadership team has actually been developed, and in fact, leadership overall within at-large is going to be a major focus. And of course, this does lead into the Atlas III programming that's going to happen in Montreal at the end of the year. And I think that one of the things that is sort of like really important to the reason for the leadership change has been the focus on policy, and which is why I have these gentlemen with me today. But I think that policy and outreach and engagement, which is to encourage people to be involved more in the policy, is they're going to be my key focus areas over the year, and to ensure that there are more voices coming into the policy discussions, and to enhance the work that is actually being done within what is our central policy unit, which is the Consolidated Policy Working Group.
So coming to Atlas III, Olivier, you were chair of the ALAC during the previous summit, which was Atlas II, held in London in 2011. How has the community evolved since, and how has the policy process developed within at-large?
Well, back in, when we had our Atlas II in London, we had 150 at-large structures that came over to London for the whole week, and that were basically there to try and learn more about at-large and get more involved with policy, more involved with all of the activities that at-large and the ALAC have. It was very successful, and because of this, we also had a lot more applications. We ended up with a lot more at-large structures, but also the membership has evolved, and evolved in a direction where we are also now having individual members in each one of the regional at-large organizations. So we have a much larger number of volunteers, that are very much involved not only with outreach, but also with an enhanced amount of policy work that is taking place. And I guess Jonathan will be speaking to independently about this, but this whole focus on policy is something that we wanted to capitalize on with regards to Atlas III, and basically focus on so as to take those people that are interested in doing policy work, interested in actually being very active in the work of the ALAC, and in taking on future leadership positions, to go from a level where they're good to a level where they're absolutely excellent. And they can then take on pretty much any amazing new process that might come up their way in ICANN, because as you know, there are so many topics that are taking place that are to be tackled simultaneously. We need more active people. We need more people that are able to work independently, and not only work as contributors, but also as leaders for the different processes that we have to lay out or develop as ICANN develops as well.
Well, that brings us to Jonathan then. So as co-chair of the Consolidated Policy Working Group, could you describe the work of the group since the inception of the Expedited Policy Development Process, better known as the EPDP, and how the at-large community is reapproaching its policy comments and advice development process?
Well, thanks for the question. It's no small irony that the upcoming summit is called Atlas, because in many respects the at-large has the Earth on its shoulders, with a mandate to try and represent end users from around the world. And so under Maureen's leadership, the Consolidated Policy Working Group is tasked with basically two objectives. One is to focus and form fewer positions, but at the same time engage more people in the formation of those positions. So we've installed a process that involves building out our consensus positions before we start drafting documents, and in fact going for feedback and creating a sort of virtual feedback loop with our regional at-large organizations, who in turn are reaching out to their members to help us build consensus around the policy positions we adopt. And only when we receive that kind of validation of the policies that we're trying to do we then reach out and begin to find someone to draft the comment that'll be submitted in an official capacity. It's easy to get in the habit of just writing an answer to a question, but we're really tasked with trying to engage people from all over the world in the process of coming up with the right thing to say.
Thank you very much for your time and your insight, and I wish you a wonderful meeting here in Kobe, ICANN 64. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.